That's James's meal for today. I ran out of plates. James is bringing some back from his house. He often doesn't finish his whole meal here, and then he brings his meal back to his house, and I run out of plates. But I'm washing some right now in the dishwasher, and I'm still feeling badly, very dizzy.
It's awful stuff. It's a plate.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which one we think it is.
No, but James had it for well over 2 months.
I've still got it. It's not nearly as bad.
I was sure that,
start.
Like, you were probably watching the videos for a while now and noticing me saying, "Oh, get the mask if you want it." Like, because I thought, well, he's better. How could he possibly be contagious? Wow.
After 2 months, about 2 months and a week.
So,
I
guess I have learned my lesson.
Still contagious. No, the thing is, what's the next iteration going to be like? Some certain plague.
Honestly, I wonder if I'm going to be contagious forever and ever, and you're going to, like, I don't know if it would have helped for you to not wear the mask.
Yeah.
Or to wear the mask.
Who knows?
One way or the other.
Eventually, it's going to happen. I don't think that people have a realization. We might have to make a last stand here, or else it'll just keep on getting worse and worse, because we've got so much communication between countries, between cities, within cities, just traveling.
I'm going to have to bring the reclining kind of bed here to lay down so that I can do these things. So I was reading about this hormone shift by Tasneem Bhatia, MD. And I left off yesterday. And I basically said all I wanted to say about the book. I mean, I could talk about, I have another page or more of notes from the book, but honestly, I think I gave enough information that might interest you, and if it does, then you look at the book. And I just borrowed this book from my public library. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy any of these books from MDs. I don't think. I mean, my favorite so far was the not the Amen Solution book, but Daniel and Tana Amen's video, the DVD set that they put out. My library had that. I don't know if they still do. Birds are fighting. I don't know why. I gave them food this morning. They probably still have something.
Well, they get territorial about feeding places. So, are they of the same species, or is it different species?
Yeah, they were house sparrows.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, they have a DVD set, and I think it was called High Performance Brains. That one was my favorite so far of the MDs talking about nutrition and health. But I like this one too. This one was a good read. I enjoyed it. And I wouldn't buy any of the books these are better kind of diet books, like this one or the Amen stuff, but I wouldn't buy them. Just go to your library, pick them out. Anyway, I guess I could. The last part of the book, most of the notes that I made, so I did the page 240, there's a toxic load quiz, which I didn't think was really adequate enough to give you an idea whether you're, like, 25. Yeah, it wasn't that many. So, well, yeah, maybe it was, I don't know. And so honestly, I didn't really get that. And then there was another quiz, so she talks about, after that point, she talks about her different, the supplements she likes the best, and the, how she, goes about, like, with her hormone reset, the 30-day hormone reset plan that she has and stuff like that, how she does that. But I mean, if you're interested, you can do that. Honestly, I like these books for the information that, like, they usually start out really strong, and then they get weaker along the way. And the end, you're like, okay, yeah, there is no way that I'll read the ingredients for liver lover smoothie. 1 cup steamed beets, 1 carrot, 1 celery, ½ cup dandelion greens, 1/4 cup parsley, 1/4 cup cilantro, 1 cup water.
That is not a smoothie. That's about as rough as anything could get. And so there was dandelion, which is just
and
stunning.
Parsley and cilantro. I mean, that's all going to be really strong, right?
Yeah.
And
there was one other one that was just stunning.
Which the beets?
About this, yeah. Beets are awful in smoothies. What came after the beets?
Just carrot and celery. That's not too bad. But
celery's pretty bad too. But the thing is, you just drink them as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And kind of hold your nose.
And honestly, I was looking at her, like her, what was it? Her plan for doing the 3-day detox and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna do that. I mean, if you've watched my videos before, a lot of people, like, they'll look at the videos and they'll be like, oh yeah, that looks like a great meal, but then I find out that it's what the juice is, right? It looks really pretty in the glasses, but then thinking about drinking like a glass of dandelion juice is terrible.
Dandelion juice looks pretty attractive.
Yeah. And the thing is it's easier to drink the really gross stuff, just slam it back as juice, like just a shot of dandelion, and then you chase it with something else.
With something.
Right?
Water works, but if you can get something that's kind of sweet or whatever.
But a lot of people don't want to do the sweet because they're going this route, right?
Of course.
And so, anyway.
Whereas...
but a smoothie, that takes a long time to get down. So you don't want to be putting really gross things in the smoothie. Like I'd put, my favorite smoothie was sour cherries. So I have an Evans cherry tree, which gives a lot of great sour cherries. And blueberries, wild blueberries. And
well, that sounds smooth. It'd be a little bit bitter, I suppose.
Some protein powder in that. And you can even... I mean, a lot of people don't like the taste of the hemp protein powder, but in that, it tastes fine. Like that blend actually, you can put whatever kind of protein powder. I mean, start on something that is pretty...
innocuous.
Yeah. And then work your way up to one of the stronger flavored protein powders maybe. But honestly, that's so delicious. And it's really good for you. That's a really smart smoothie, and it's pretty smooth. So, I mean, don't make it too hard on yourself. You don't want to make it so difficult that you're not going to stay with it. What's the point? Like she says here, don't do more than a 3-day detox on your own. Really, like she's getting you to do this toxic load quiz and stuff like that, and getting you to check your hormones. Like through the book, everything is like, yeah, check your hormones again, right? But really, if you want to, it's easier to take care so that Humpty Dumpty stays whole, rather than trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again once he falls apart. Repeatedly. Don't do that. Try to find a way that you can live where that toxic load is going to stay relatively low all the time, and you're not going to have to try to do a reset all the time. Like, just live free and then do a reset, live free, and that doesn't make any sense. Try to find some sustainable lifestyle, because obviously if you've come to a place where you know that things have went horribly wrong, you don't want things to go horribly wrong again. You want to try to repair that as best as you can and say, okay, how can I do this so that it never happens again? Because as she puts it, hormone hell. You don't want to be in hormone hell again and again and again, right? So
I think a lot of it is food. And the thing is, people are addicted to food.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do, I'd like your Humpty Dumpty analogy. People, when they get it, are addicted to things. Food, drugs, whatever. That's a self-inflicted injury. It's a medical condition. It's a self-inflicted injury unless someone's going through pain treatment and they get hooked that way. But the vast majority of people who become addict do it because, it's cool. It's illegal or whatever. I'm a teenager and I can be an adult and stuff like that. And then they get injured. And it's better not to do these crash things. You'll eventually associate with pain. It's like coming down off a drug and going through withdrawal. People go, I can't take the pain. Well, when they get hooked again.
Yeah, it's really not that hard doing. Like, I'm a big fan of doing the dandelion thing, and we do the various detoxes when they're in season.
Well,
right?
I knew exactly where you were going.
Right? It makes sense. That's when you do them. And
I
I'll
guess you could buy dandelion. Yeah, I want to go to a herbal specialty shop and buy dandelion out of season. Why would you?
I do have dandelion root that I store dried up I have it cut into little segments, and so I washed it, scrubbed it really well, and dried it or cut it up and dried it. And then I put it into jars, and then I can add that to some chai or whatever, make a chai with that, right? So then
that's our own dandelion, so those are mine.
Yeah, they're yours. No, I don't have them in my yard.
Yeah.
But, and honestly, I've pretty much eradicated them from your yard. It's pretty tough for me to find, like, we have enough for a little detox
I compare
now,
with some of the neighbors.
Yeah.
They're way better.
Yeah. You're doing a pretty good job now. I got the
I guess I
backyard
pull
ones
them
out of
sometimes,
control,
but
and you do the ones in the front pretty well. But anyway, so
it's not as good as one of the neighbors. I'm not going to say how close.
Yeah.
But he uses chemicals. And
yeah, we don't use chemicals on them. So, because we actually like using them for detox. So I don't want to treat them with anything. I want to be able to consume them. So anyway. But she also recommends milk thistle as a good liver detox too. So that's good. Anyway, what was I going to say about this? She has the meditation and journaling, walking. She recommends yoga. I prefer qigong, as I've said before, to yoga, but you know what? Whatever. It's whatever gets. I prefer walking to both of those things. Walking is the best thing to do. If
don't
you're
waste
out,
your time with meditation.
Well,
if walking
I believe
does
that
it for you.
A walking meditation is great.
Yeah.
Like we like going out hiking in nature. And honestly, I believe that nature is very healing. And if you immerse yourself in nature, nature will heal you.
So it's better to get out in nature.
As much of a natural existence as you can, that will heal you. So having the dandelion detox in the spring. And if you have trouble with that, if you're having trouble it's not that hard. Just take a shot, get it down. It does take some work cleaning them, as I've shown in previous videos. It's a big process because dandelions are filthy. But
they are.
And you want to get them early in the spring, or they get really bitter, and they're even harder to get to. But besides that, how have you found the spring dandelion detoxes?
Let me put it this way. We're doing something right. It's mainly you. Because I've been living with this cancer. They thought I was going to die after 18 months on the outside with treatment. And it's been, I almost lost track. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22. Maybe more than 12 years.
Well, and she talks about how the liver is the biggest internal organ because it needs to be. It's very important. And most people don't really realize how important it is. But if you read her book, you get a sense of that. With she's talking about all the metabolites and stuff like that your body is having to, if you have a hormonal imbalance and then you have too much of one thing that your liver is trying to metabolize this stuff and get rid of it. And you want your liver to be able to do that. You want to really take care of your liver. It's so important. So it's good to have a detox. I know the dandelion, we know how that tastes. We've shown you, we do it. But it's so important. It is so important. You've got to take care of your liver as much as you can. I mean, some people, they have extra genetic issues or whatever that are making their livers not perform as well as other people's livers. Like mine wouldn't perform as well as James's liver. But you do the best with what you got. And that's what we've been trying to do. I've been giving James I forgot to give him his little mini cupcake today. But I mean, he's eating a lot of healthy stuff too.
Inside the door room.
Yeah, you want me to get it?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. The book's worth reading, and just do your best. Try to be healthy. Try to not make your life so difficult that you don't enjoy living it. If you like cupcakes, maybe go for one this size or something. It's a sweet little thing. And
my theory about cupcakes, and I think it's Pauline's too, or things like this, is the best taste is the first one.
Yeah.
The second one isn't quite so good. So this is basically as good as a full-size cupcake.
Yeah.
And
it looks adorable. And if you have children or something, maybe you could interest them in their smoothie a little bit more by sticking that on the top, like a cherry on top of a sundae or something. And I know you're thinking, no, you don't want to have any sugar. Well, you're going to have some. Or do you want to be yo-yoing back and forth? Is that how you want to do things?
Yeah.
That's, just try to find some happy balance.
Yeah. Try
and
not to
for years
yourself.
we weren't having any sugar in our diet. Now we have been a little bit.
Just occasional.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I think it's
so
pretty
far it seems
neutral.
to be working
This
okay.
sort of stuff, this amount of sugar per day,
Yeah.
I don't think it makes much difference.
But that's probably per meal, really, realistically. Would it be per day? You're only eating it per day.
That's all I'm eating per day. That's only
Okay.
sugar.
Okay.
Now, some days we have a little bit more.
Yeah.
With these things, we're eating one a day.
Okay.
We're able to store them well. And that's what we planned when we met. When we got.
Yeah. And they were given to us free. What we've been doing is we haven't been buying any sugar things, or we haven't been, like I haven't been buying any bread. I haven't been buying any sugar. And so, yes, James is having some gluten in with his meal, but he hasn't had nearly the problems with it. But like with me, it makes it so my fingers hurt so bad. It's hard to. And
I don't think I have
I'm having
problems
other
with
problems with it. But now the leavened bread, I have some problems with. It seems I don't know if it's the yeast or something else in it. I know it sucks because leavened bread was so good before.
It tastes really good with this dish here.
Oh, the pita? Yeah, that's fine because that's not leavened, but it still has gluten.
Yeah.
but we were given so we eat those things when we're given them. So when the food truck or when the Salvation Army has them to give away, I'll have them. So that's how we've been doing it. I don't know if it's good. Like there was a long time where I was like, no, I can't have that. I can't have any of that, because I wasn't wanting to have any sugar. And I know, like, whereas she doesn't mention it, but I've told you before that I will use the GABA, G-A-B-A, and if you use high dose GABA, you can quit anything. Honestly, it's amazing stuff. So, what?
Well, I thought it was a stray dog.
Oh,
It's okay.
So, but I mean, talk to your doctor about that, or your nutritionist or whatever. I just go to Nutters and get a bottle of GABA if I find that I'm needing to do a really hard detox and I want to get all of that crap out. And then, so for a while there, I was saying, well, there's no way I want any sugar in my diet or anything that is going to make me fall down into eating all this crap again, right? But we found that we're not really eating a lot of crap anymore anyway. Like James said, it'd just be maybe a couple pieces of bread a day and a little treat. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing. We'll see. We'll see in the long run. Like, I wonder if I hadn't eaten sugar, would I have gotten James's sickness? Maybe not, right? Because sugar lowers your immunity. So I do wonder about these things, but I'm not going to be too hard on myself anymore. Just trying to enjoy life as much as I can. We get out and we do the deck dinners, and yeah, it's not attractive anymore coming out here.
It's November.
It's November now, but it's lovely November weather.
It's amazing, even
It's
though
good
we
to
got
get some fresh
precip
air.
this morning.
Yeah. Oh,
I saw
that's why it
people
was
walking.
sweat on the road. Yeah.
I saw people walking around in their shirts,
Yeah. It's a
shorts
lovely
and
day.
shirts. So,
Yeah, so anything you wanted to talk about? Oh, with the
Every
GABA,
day.
you'll want to take it a few days before you start the detox. You want to just get it working through your system so that it'll help with the cravings. So, but talk to your nutritionist or whatever about that, or whoever, somebody who knows something about that. And yeah, and then once you start with the giving up the sugar and stuff, you won't, because they say that sugar is as addictive as cocaine. So it's hard to give up. If you're trying to give up sugar, it's tough. So anyway, that's all I was going to say about that. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just want to stuff my mouth with this.
Okay, I guess we're done then.